Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 8, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 8 of Season 8, otherwise entitled The Fire Next Time. But of course, before we do anything else, let's actually watch that trailer.
This doesn't feel right.
Please, I didn't do anything, I swear.
If he is innocent, we have to help him.
You're asking us to believe something impossible.
If anyone had when I was a kid, my dad wouldn't have gone to jail.
I'm gonna do everything within my power to clear his name.
So last episode was probably the most fillerish episode we're going to get this season, even though it did still have some relevance as it developed Barry's relationship with Kramer. Just Kramer as a character itself had that little Iris cliffhanger, time travel tag thing at the end there. But it's probably the most filler episode we're going to get. Like episode 6 with Bart and Nora still felt like a not filler episode completely. It was maybe like half. But last episode was I think as filler as we're going to get this season. At least I hope. Because this episode, even though I've seen some people saying it's filler, I completely disagree. And we'll talk about it in the video as to why that is. But yeah, nothing from last episode really carries on into this episode outside of maybe Barry's relationship with Kramer. But even then, she's not in the trailer, so I don't know if that's actually going to, carry on. But before we actually break down the trailer and talk about everything that we have, leading into this episode, we'll quickly read out the synopsis or description for the episode, as it does give us a bit more context. But of course, before that, be sure throughout the video to leave any, your thoughts, theories, opinions, predictions, just general thoughts on the trailer, of course, in the comment section down below. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking leading into it. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, are looking forward to the episode, and just want to show your support, why not drop a like on the video to do all that, helps the channel out. Barry trusts his instincts during a murder investigation, believing the suspect despite the overwhelming evidence against him. Meanwhile, Iris gives Allegra an opportunity to be a mentor. So yeah, as you and I, well, let's just say we can see from the trailer, give me my money, aka Jaco Birch, aka The Hotness, is back after his sole appearance back in season 4, which of course was in the Run Iris Run episode, the the infamous episode, shall we say. Now this time he is rocking a bit of a different look. He's got a buzz cut and appears to be working as like a security at an event of some sort. As you can see by his jacket, it literally says, event security. Now this could be a cover. Oh, he's gonna rob a bank and pretending he's security or something, but he appears to be wearing a badge that looks like that of a rock metal band of sorts. So maybe he got a gig as a security person at one of their concerts or something. It looks like he came off a bus, or there's a bus involved in the background of what's going on here. I mean, last time we saw him, he was laid up in like denim, leather, and I think it was a Kiss t-shirt. So I guess he's carrying on what we have seen from the character in the past. He loves his music. But as we see in the trailer, we have his arms lit up as the Flash punches him back into this like pond fountain feature thing and puts him out, if you want to put it, just puts out the fire. But he is pleading his innocence as soon as he starts to be taken away, that he didn't do what he is being accused of. And though it is not clearly said in the trailer, I don't think, we know from the synopsis that he is being accused of, well, he's not being accused of like robbing a bank or, stealing a car or anything like that, or even just lighting a fire. He is being, accused of, committing a murder. He is a murder suspect, and I would assume by the trailer and how it's presented and everything like that, he is the main suspect. Now, as we can tell from the trailer and the synopsis, Barry believes that Jaco Birch here is innocent, despite the fact that there is a not even just good amount of evidence against him, an overwhelming amount of evidence apparently, and the clear fact that he is a metahuman with fire powers. And as we can see on this evidence board, if you want to call it, there is a post-it note that says burns over entire body. So that would be a major red flag, especially if no one else was standing out within the city that could have potentially committed this. And it wasn't just someone came in and lit a fire. It looks like, maybe there's some like meta, dark matter or something like that around it, which makes it go, yeah, this was a metahuman or something like that. But why would Barry believe him, And I think this is because this is going to be the start of the next graphic novel. It seems this kicks off the story, maybe not the introduction of the villain, straight up, but at least the next story for a good amount of episodes. And no, Jaco Birch is not the villain, but the big question will be who is, and that's where I think this starts it off. There's this murder, there's some stuff going on with, someone that's got the intent to kill with metahuman powers, and we have this person that, us, the audience, would think, yeah, it's him, we've seen him in the past, and now he's just upped his game, now he's killing people. So obviously from this point onwards for the next few episodes, the big question is going to be who actually did all this stuff and who were Barry and Team Flash looking out for and going after. But let's move into why Barry would believe Jaco. So firstly, it is important to remember that there has been crisis since we last saw Jaco. It was all the way back in season 4. So the post-crisis version of Jaco Birch might be a different person who, caught a different break in life and wouldn't use his powers for bad. Or maybe he did in the past and maybe straightened up his life after some trouble with the law. However, next up, this might be a spoiler from set because I can't remember if this was specifically from this episode, but it connects to stuff that I'm seeing in this trailer, so I think it might be. But I just remember seeing a set video. I can't remember who it was from on Twitter, so sorry if you're watching this video and I'm talking about your video. I'm just blanking on who it was that uploaded it. Tried to find it, couldn't find it, so it's just in my head, but I know I saw it. It's not a Mandela effect or weird thing like that. But in this set video, the Flash took down a criminal, or at least someone that we're led to believe is a criminal, and they were getting arrested. Now, from memory, in a similar way to this and what we're seeing in this trailer, there was a kid yelling out something about them, the cops arresting their father, and they didn't do anything wrong, and the guy getting arrested is saying, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I'm innocent, I didn't do anything. And that's sort of like what we're seeing in this trailer with Jaco Birch. Now, I bring this up because in the trailer, we can see the Flash turn his head, looking sort of like concerned, almost like he is second guessing himself and like going, hold on, are these people, or this one person telling the truth? And who is around that area that he was looking at? It's a kid. Now, he looks like he's in like his early teens, maybe something like that. And we even see a shot from behind his head at one point as well. So maybe this has Barry looking deeper into Jaco and learning that there isn't really a track record to support him doing this in any way, shape, or form. And obviously this kid would be Jaco's maybe kid or maybe his brother. It's hard to tell because with post-crisis, I don't think they said anything about Jaco Birch having a child back in season 4, but he really wasn't focused on too much. The focus of that episode was Iris back then, but now the focus of this episode will be Jaco for the most part, so they might dive into stuff from his past and everything like that. But it appears that he's being arrested in it, in front of either his son or maybe a younger brother or something like that, and they're saying don't arrest him. But of course, we hear and see the reason as to why Barry would be so, passionate about proving Jaco's innocence, and that is his own experience. Seeing Jaco being taken away with his son or brother screaming out that he is innocent, it's a mirror image to what happened all those years ago in front of his house after Reverse Flash murdered his mother Nora, but his father Henry was taken away for it instead. So there's going to be a clear motivation for Barry, and he's even, we already mentioned that board, that like evidence board, the cork board. He had his own one for his dad that he spent all those years on back in the day. So that you're seeing a lot of similarities and mirror imaging and parallels to all that stuff from the past. Now, Barry does appear to get Cecile involved, and it wouldn't surprise me too much if Cecile is on the side of everyone else apart from Barry. She's looking at the evidence and thinking, he has to have done it. And of course, she has her empath powers and is seeing something that Barry obviously can't see. Because Barry looks to be disappointed when Cecile is talking to Jaco at that point in the trailer, and maybe she's using her powers, maybe Jaco can sense it and is sort of freaking out. Not too sure exactly, but it wouldn't surprise me too much if even Cecile doubts Barry or something along those lines. It'd be interesting to see what Joe's take on it all would be, and I think there might have been a clip from one of those, the trailer that came out a month or so ago that sort of, included footage from the next 3 episodes at that point, which included this episode, and it looked like Joe was talking to Barry, so there might even be a Joe Barry moment in this episode, which we all love a Joe and Barry discussion, or not a discussion, but a Joe and Barry talk, so we might get one of those in this episode. Now, we see 2, what I would assume are victims of whoever this fire metahuman is on the board next to Jaco, with nothing on the board with it really outside of Y on a post-it note next to that, that whole burns over entire body post-it note, which we talked about earlier. And then we see the bar that we see a good amount in the show also on a post-it note on top of a map of Central City. Now, we were only there last episode with Caitlin and Frost, so maybe Frost has information on it, but there's also a promo image that maybe links to that bit in the trailer, which we'll get to in a second. But we do actually see Frost talking to Barry in the trailer at one point, so maybe she's seen Jaco, or maybe has the the names of people that have fire powers, or maybe she's heard stuff that going on in Central City about this dude with fire powers that is causing issues. So she might bring that up to Barry and lead Barry down a certain path. Now, the last thing I want to mention before we jump into promo images, which have some interesting stuff in them, it is a short synopsis and it's a pretty straightforward trailer. So I wonder if they're hiding anything. As I said, I think this is the first episode of the next graphic novel, while people are calling it a filler. I believe I'm right. I might be wrong. That's for us to wait and find out when we watch the episode. But when there's just a shortish synopsis, the trailer is pretty straightforward. Sometimes they're tending to hide stuff, so maybe that's maybe that's what's happening there. But let's jump into these promo images. There's I think like 8 or something, or 7, something like that. But the first one is just Barry and Iris getting ready for their respective dates. Barry's probably happy as Larry, because now he has no drama. He's on good terms with Kramer. It seems like working at CCPD is like a bit of a breeze for Barry now, and it seems like he's got good time management with his life. And also, there's no major villain running around Central City for now, so maybe this will cause. It wouldn't surprise me at all, actually. Now that I think about it, in this scene, I bet you Barry talks about how much time he's got. The Flash, him as the Flash, he's got so much power now. He's, dealing with crime at such a fast rate. There's hardly any crime anymore. There's no major villain around. He's enjoying it. He can actually take his job seriously and spend proper time on it. And then this is the episode that starts the next villain. Wouldn't surprise me too much. Got a 5 metahuman killing people. Yeah, your vacation is over, Barry. It's over. Next up, we got Allegra here. She's standing with like a pile. I can't see what's on that paper. I wish I could. It's got like a photo of someone in the top left, I think. But it looks like she's presenting it to Iris, and Iris maybe isn't overly happy with what she's presenting. As you can see, Iris looks a bit like annoyed, like, this is what you're handing me? Like, I gave you a week to do this, and it looks like a 3-year-old made it. So it looks like Iris might be getting a bit triggered at Allegra for not doing the job properly or something. But as the synopsis does say, Iris wants to give Allegra an opportunity to be a mentor. So maybe there's a younger person on the Central City Citizen staff that Allegra is attached to maybe like be shown the ropes or whatever it might be. But yeah, maybe that's what Allegra needs. I don't know. But here's the most interesting. We get a really cool shot of Barry in the full suit with the golden boots. Man, that suit's just awesome. Every single time I see it, because, in Armageddon, we didn't really get a good shot of it. Episode 6, he wasn't in it because it was really like a flashback episode, sort of. And then last episode, there was like 2 shots where you saw it, but it really wasn't in this detail. I love the suit. But anyway, you see Barry next to Frost, and they both look like, whoa, they're like sort of freaked out at what they're seeing. And I think they're behind the bar, the O'Shaughnessy, I think it is called, or something like that. The bar we always see, we already talked about in this video. I think they've found a crispy nugget, if you want to call it, a crispy tender, aka a body that's been absolutely burnt to a crisp. And maybe this could be the first one, or maybe it's the second one. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if it is the first one, and then maybe they get a call of like someone with fire powers at that fountain. That's where Barry runs over and knocks him in the lake, or not the lake, the fountain pond thing. So I wonder if this is later in the episode or towards the beginning. It'll be interesting. But then also this could maybe support Jaco if he's locked up and they find another burnt body. Maybe that's what's happening here. So I have to wait and see. But yeah, gonna get some Flash and Frost out in the field action. Which I guess is all they can really do. There's no one else with powers, is there? Ever since Ralph left the show, and Cisco's not there anymore as well. So I guess it's Flash and Frost to deal with it all in Central City at the moment. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it, show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions about this. Are you looking forward to this episode? Any theories, predictions moving forward? Always curious to read what you guys are saying. And of course, if you are new to the channel and just want to stick around and watch more, why not drop a click on the subscribe. I'm mixing up my words here, but we'll keep on going. Drop a click on the subscribe button and it will keep you subscribed and you'll get to watch more videos. Pretty simple. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.